The super heavy FCM-2C has a special place in history. On the one hand, it's the embodiment of French engineering, the most advanced tank of its time, and even the largest production tank in the world. On the other hand, it's a victim of progress, a symbol of the inexorable course of time, and a tank that was late twice. The first time, the Char 2C was too late for the First World War thanks to competitors' efforts. Then it was late again for the Second World War, when these huge tanks got destroyed on a railroad, never making it to the battlefield. You might even feel sorry for the poor fate the Char 2C ended up with. But the tragedy of this official image hides a completely different story, where the FCM-2C actually played a great role. It had been made to be late, and it succeeded in this mission. It was hidden away from battles, and it never entered any combat. Here's how it all went down. Once the British presented their own diamond-shaped tank in September 1916, it created an issue of national pride. The French military demanded to create a better weapon at any cost. The project, however, gained some opposition right away. At the time, Renault was developing its light FT tank. They didn't want the super heavy monsters to steal all the resources, so they delayed sending the engine and transmission for the new tank on purpose. As a result, the prototype failed to meet the deadlines. On the other hand, when the FCM company finally delivered, their machine made such an impression in the military that the project gained too much favor to be cut down by competitors. Then, light tank lobbyists in the Army High Command employed a small trick. They chose the heaviest, most powerful version of the project for construction, the one named C. This version required scrapping the almost ready prototype and starting from scratch. Naturally, the tank was too late for the war, as intended. Now, what was so impressive about the Char 2C, anyways? Well, it was a true engineering masterpiece. It's the first ever tank with a 3-seat turret. It was propelled by 2 engines with an electric transmission, and there was a third auxiliary motor. Its crew of 12 included 2 electricians who could move around inside and perform maintenance on various units, like in a submarine. The commander used an incredible little device to watch the battlefield called a stroboscope. It was a cylinder with tiny viewing slits rotated by a motor so quickly it looked like there were no slits at all. From the outside, the cupola seemed like it was just floating mid-air. The Char 2C resembled an enormous 4 meters tall land ship. It could cross a trench so wide a light tank would fit below. One of the machines was retrofitted with a new turret housing a 155mm howitzer, which made the tank look even more terrifying. Obviously, it was a perfect tool for propaganda. The French happily shot on camera how the Char 2C crossed ravines, pushed trees into the ground, and broke walls. That might have been one reason why the army wasn't going to send the super heavies into combat in World War II. Losing them would have meant losing a symbol. The machines were sent south to prevent capture, and after France capitulated, they were destroyed. The largest and heaviest tank in history finished its 20-year-long service without ever taking part in any combat. Still, we can't say the Char 2C was bad or poorly designed. The tank played its role very well. It's just that the role itself was quite unusual.